Last time, we saw how the events of this story affected the future timeline. Zamasu and Vegeta Black had to activate their trump card, fusing in order to defeat our heroes. Although, it seems like victory is likely, they just need to buy a little bit of time. Is defeat possible though? We'll be seeing all that and more in this part 7 of What If Cell Survived. As Cell stands against fused Zamasu, he reminds Cell, he's immortal, there's no way to defeat him. He doesn't care how powerful this android gets, he doesn't care how powerful those other mortals get. Nothing will kill him. But in the back of his mind, Boo actually does have an idea, but he's not entirely sure if it'll work. There's a couple things he needs. Either Boo needs to be a bit stronger or Zamasu needs to be weaker, and most importantly, he's going to need some time to charge this up. Trunks asks what he's referring to, and Boo explains that the Grand Supreme Kai had a sealing ability. He's not too sure how it works, but he knows it's in there somewhere. Cell bringing out the memories of the Grand Supreme Kai really help with that. Now it's just a matter of if it's actually going to work on Zamasu, and if Boo could actually make it work in general. It's going to take a lot of focus and a lot of energy, because he's never used this before and he personally only knows of it from Grand Supreme Kai's memories. It might fail, but if the seal does work, they're in good hands. He knows it'll hold tight. Piccolo does consider using the Mafuba, he could just do that, but he's not sure if a simple Mafuba will hold Zamasu, no matter how strong Piccolo is right now. The strength of the seal is what's in question here. And it sounds like Boo's sealing might be a surefire method, but they do have the Mafuba from Piccolo as a backup. Not to mention, Cell could use it too because he does have all Piccolo's abilities. And Cell laughs. He honestly did forget about that, but he does know how to use that tactic. Zamasu wonders why he's so cocky. But Boo just did relay all this information to him telepathically. And Cell tells Zamasu that he's laughing because, well, he has a way to defeat him now. Immortal or not, they're going to easily put a stop to him. But that doesn't mean Cell's not going to fight here. Of course he wants to fight. He does prefer that anyways. The technique's kind of a last resort. He'll see if he can at least kill Zamasu though. He reminds Zamasu that half of him isn't actually immortal, so who knows if that immortality has lasted. And Zamasu assures him that it has. A fight breaks out between the two. Zamasu floats above, launching spears of ki downwards. There's hundreds of them, but Cell flies upwards, effortlessly dodging each spear. They skewer into the ground below and explode, leaving a red glow behind Cell. He delivers a punch and Zamasu blocks it, but he actually does feel some pain from it, and Cell can see that visible pain on his face. What, did he forget that he's not impervious to pain? He's just immortal. That doesn't mean he's not going to feel anything here. Cell punches again, but Zamasu grabs his other fist. They wrestle trying to push each other back. How disgusting that Zamasu has to do this. But Cell then opens his jaw wide, completely unhinging it as he launches a massive mouth blast. Zamasu is sent flying to the ground below. With his arms torn off, easily regenerating though. Those severed arms in Cell's hands explode. Actually damaging him a bit too, but he regenerates as well. Zamasu launches back upwards, with Cell launching a flurry of ki blasts as he flies up. But they don't even hit Zamasu. How dare he treat a god like that? But not all the ki blasts were intended to hit Zamasu. Piccolo's watching from below and can immediately recognize what Cell's trying to do. He's using the Hellzone grenade. There's hundreds of blasts around Zamasu. No, thousands. Zamasu didn't even realize that Cell launched them all that quickly. But all the ki blasts fly in towards him, and Zamasu throws up a barrier around himself, trying to push them away even further, but Cell just launches more blasts at him, then splitting himself into three, launching even more blasts just to overwhelm him. As the two clones of him keep holding Zamasu off, the main Cell charges a Kamehameha. Zamasu's almost fully pushed the attack back, but right as he's about to overcome the Hellzone grenade, a godly Kamehameha from Cell comes in. All the ki blasts explode together in unison, completely disintegrating Zamasu with all the power within them. Cell stands there triumphant. He's surprised that Zamasu was able to actually hurt him a bit, and he wasn't holding back there at all. Although, something tells him that Zamasu actually did survive that, and he does regenerate, but not completely. He wasn't fully disintegrated, and some of his body does remain, but part of it regenerates and turns purple. It's been completely corrupted. Filled with anger, Zamasu launches his own blast at Cell, using his full power, nothing held back either. And it does erase one of Cell's arms, but he just regenerates it pretty instantly. The godly ki within him is actually helping him regenerate faster. He's grown a lot stronger than before. It's not as strenuous, and most importantly, it's quick too. Unlike Zamasu, he isn't immortal, but he's pretty damn close to being immortal, and his regeneration's better. Zamasu proclaims that Cell will never defeat him. He's the one true divine being, but Cell says he highly doubts that. Zamasu will never match Cell's divine perfection. And he tells Zamasu once more, he stole the wrong body. No offense to Vegeta, but Cell Black would have given him a lot more trouble. He might have even won here, well, at least in a 1v1. He's not too sure about the whole group going against him. If Zamasu can't hope to defeat Cell, he's not going to defeat the rest of the group too. Gohan asks Piccolo if they should be getting involved, but Piccolo says they can actually hold back for now. It seems like Cell's got this under control. He is immortal, but he isn't unstoppable, and Cell's doing a really good job of holding him off. He might not be able to kill Zamasu, but Zamasu can't kill Cell either. He simply doesn't have the power for it. But similar to what Cell was just doing, Zamasu starts multiplying. More and more of him appear. At first, Cell thinks it's like a multiform or something, but no, there's a portal that's open behind him, and other Zamasu clones are coming out of there. And it's not just clones of the corrupted Zamasu. Dozens of them are appearing. The corrupted Zamasu, the regular fused Zamasu. They even see some clones of Vegeta Black in there. What the hell is this? And Zamasu's not even sure himself. But all the clones rush in to attack. Vegeta and Trunks power back up with Piccolo and Gohan also powering up too, fighting against the Zamasu army. And Trunks can't believe he's defending Boo now. Before he was trying his best to work against him, trying to prevent him from being revived, but now he's here, and he's a good guy. And funny enough, he's actually good due to Cell. He even asked Vegeta about it, and Vegeta confirms it all. He was pure evil before, but somehow, Cell overcame that, completely removing the evil from him. It's interesting how all these people from the past timeline have changed. He even noticed that Vegeta's changed a bit as well. But Vegeta gets embarrassed and tells Trunks to just focus on the fight for now. Oh yeah, right. Trunks laughs it off, not as concerned now. He has a good crew with him, and they should be able to defeat Zamasu. They hold off the army of all the clones. Cell even creates some Cell Juniors to help. This guy's annoying to fight, but they will win. Zamasu can't believe everything that's going on. His body's partially destroyed. He tries to regenerate it, but nothing works. And he's losing to this crew of mortals. These mortals trying to play God. That abomination Cell. He's a machine created by these mortals. It infuriates him to no end. He'll destroy them all. Amidst the battle, Trunks flies back to Boo and asks if he's ready. But Boo says it's no good yet. He's still summoning all of his power and magic. He doesn't want to undershoot. He needs to make sure they have more than enough. Especially because he's never done it before and he wants to make sure it goes through perfectly. Boo has charged up a lot and Zamasu has been weakened, so it should be good by now. But then Trunks has an even better idea and calls Vegeta over. When they came to the future before with Boo, he mentioned that he could absorb them or turn them into candy. Obviously they went with being turned into candy. But Trunks wonders what he meant by absorption. Can he utilize their power if they were to do that? Well, yeah, that would actually help a lot. He tells them it's probably going to be pretty strange though. But he has no doubt about it. If they lend him some power, it'll work. And Trunks looks over to Vegeta, who looks completely annoyed. He's not going to be absorbed by Boo. Not only is that weird, he just doesn't want that to happen. And he looks mad, but he goes for it. Fine, this might be the only way. Gohan, Piccolo, and Cell fight together with all the Cell Juniors, getting rid of all the clones and then fighting the main Zamasu again. Zamasu is completely overwhelmed, and even amidst the battle, he loses his time ring. He's not going to be able to make those clones again. Cell was able to nab it thinking it was because of that. And he turns over to Boo to give him the time ring. But as he looks over at Boo, he notices that he's glowing. He's changing into something else. What's going on with him, and where did Trunks and Vegeta go? A brilliant aura surrounds Boo, blowing everybody back. His appearance has slightly changed, mainly his outfit. He proclaims he finally has the power that he needs, thanking Vegeta and Trunks. Cell throws the time ring over to Boo, and he catches it by stretching his finger out. Cell, Gohan, and Piccolo move out of the way, and then Zamasu sees what they're looking at. It's that thing, Majin Buu. Boo smirks and tells Zamasu this will seal him for good. His destruction of this timeline is over. A mysterious but powerful energy surrounds him. Zamasu screams, with the scream echoing throughout the entire planet. He unleashes as much power as he can. His aura grows fiercely. Everything is shaking from it. Zamasu is trying to break free from whatever this is, utilizing all his power, but nothing's working. Boo tells him it's over, as Zamasu's aura shrinks more and more, turning into nothing as Boo's seal completes. And Boo assures Trunks that seal is never going to be broken. The amount of power he uses ensures that it's not going to happen. Although he's not actually talking to Trunks, he's just talking to himself because Trunks and Vegeta are still inside of him. Oh yeah, he almost forgot. He launches them out of him. With all the power he gathered, not even the gods of destruction could hope to break that seal. Although, there is kind of an issue because the time machine was destroyed during all of this. But Boo says it's no problem. He holds up the time ring and tells all of them to hop on, stretching out his hand, turning into goo once more. Vegeta says he's been absorbed once and he doesn't want to be absorbed again. But looks like he has no choice because that's the only way he's going to get back. Cell says he'll actually wait here a bit. He's assuming they're going to get Bulma to create another time machine first. But in the meantime, he could use some of his powers to help rebuild the city. Which Trunks is pretty surprised to hear. And Cell says he's not doing this for any righteous means, he's just doing it because it would be a shame to let this timeline go to waste. With such a strong warrior here like Trunks, it could be fun to fight him again. They're all absorbed by Boo as they go to the past. And a few days later they come back and the city is partially rebuilt by Cell. They also have another time machine now, just in case Trunks needs it again. And now, it looks like everything's over. Trunks thanks everyone. It's amazing to see how much they've all grown. He wasn't so sure about Cell at first, rightfully so, but he guesses he has changed a bit. And he's really impressed with how much the others have grown too, especially Gohan. And he can tell Trunks is still a bit concerned about Cell, but Gohan tells him not to worry. He's defeated Cell a few times before. He could do it again. There's a brief passage of time as we go to the Tournament of Power. Now, of course, Universe 7 isn't too worried about this tournament. They have a really powerful team here, but they obviously still do need to form a team. Gohan's going to be the leader here, naturally. But who else will join? Obviously Vegeta's going to be there too, same with Boo, Cell, and Piccolo. Vegeta also does recruit Trunks, the present version. Everything that he used to train Gohan, he used to train Trunks here too. That does mean Goten has grown a bit too, but he's not going to be in the tournament, just Trunks. Mainly because he's done a lot more training on his own with Vegeta, and there is a significant gap in power between the two right now. Now they just need 4 more people. Krillin joins the team. And the androids are actually a tough sell. No pun intended, because the reason they're not joining is because of Cell. 18 doesn't really want to join because of him, and since Goku's not going around recruiting them, it's not like she's being bribed either. And it would be pretty tough to convince 17 as well. So the androids don't actually join here, but 10 and Roshi do. So at least they found fighters in their place, but still, Cell's surprised that the androids still don't trust him. But just like Trunks, he guesses it does make sense. Maybe they'll warm up to him one day. But that still does leave an issue because they do need one more fighter. Well, they could recruit Yamcha, but Cell actually does have a good idea. He turns to Gohan. Didn't he say that Goku came back to Earth for one day before? Cell wasn't here to see it, but it was right after Buu was defeated. And Gohan says, yeah, he did, but apparently everyone only gets one of those. He's assuming Cell wants Goku to join, but that's not going to work here. They would have to revive him with the Dragon Balls somehow, but Goku said he didn't want to be revived. Plus, they'd have to go to New Namek at the moment, which actually wouldn't be too much of an issue because Buu or Cell could teleport there. But they then hear a voice in their heads. It's actually Goku talking. He says he caught wind of a tournament happening and he does want to join. He's been watching everything that's been happening with Earth, and he's proud of how everybody's grown. And yeah, he does still think it's best for him to stay dead. But coming back for a day, that wouldn't be an issue. They just have to run that by Baba first. Beerus says that won't be an issue. He and Whis will pull some strings. Beerus does remember Goku, and he was a pretty powerful warrior, so he could be a good team member here, especially after all these years have passed. And when he comes back to Earth, they're surprised to see that he has a tail again for some reason. Oh yeah, Goku says he got the tail pulled out and restored in Otherworld, using it to actually improve Super Saiyan 3 while he was fighting. He could use that form easily and he has full mastery over it, but of course, he's aimed beyond Super Saiyan 3. That wasn't nearly his limit. They wonder what he's got in store, but he says he's going to save that for the tournament. This is exactly why he wanted to come back. This is a great opportunity. He could test his strength against the strongest people in the multiverse. It sounds awesome. He's surprised this is even happening in the first place. But apparently it's because Zeno showed up at the Universe 6 tournament, saying that he liked that, so he's going to do another one of his own. They wonder how Goku is going to keep up with them, but they don't have a doubt about his strength. They could even do the Super Saiyan God ritual on him, but he declines that. He needs to try his own power after all. And he thinks he has more than enough in store. And now that the team is complete, the Tournament of Power begins. Right off the bat, Universe 7 does get a ton of eliminations, and they're basically enemy number 1 because they do seem pretty powerful. Nobody blames them for starting the tournament because that didn't happen here. And the tournament does take place a little bit later than normal because Goku wasn't there to suggest for Zeno to actually do it. Although Zeno would probably get bored sooner because he didn't have future Zeno there with him to keep him company. So it balances out, but the tournament is a little bit later than normal. Just a little side note worth mentioning, because that dictates how strong everyone's going to be here. Mainly Universe 7 because, well, they're going to be incredibly powerful here. A lot of the really strong fighters are just fighting in base at the moment. Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, and Cell all aren't using their full power. They're going to save it later in case they need it. And when they start out, Buu places a hand in the air and then launches pieces of him everywhere. This way, it's pretty much impossible for him to fall out of the ring because he could just regenerate anywhere or tether himself back in. He could also use this to trap other fighters and tie himself to his teammates so they could be tethered back in too. One big fight that happens right off the bat is Vegeta and Trunks versus the Universe 6 Saiyans. They all do have Super Saiyan thanks to Vegeta teaching Cabba how to do it. So they start out with Trunks facing Cabba. Of course, Cabba overpowers him, but Vegeta jumps in and then fights Cabba once more, saying that he truly has grown stronger, but he can go beyond Super Saiyan. Caulifla and by extension Kale are listening to what Vegeta's saying, mainly because Caulifla's interested in going beyond Super Saiyan. And this is also good because that doesn't mean Vegeta's going to be stealing the spotlight from Kale. So unlike with Goku and Caulifla, Kale doesn't go berserk just yet. But all the Saiyans fight against Vegeta and Trunks, with Vegeta confident that he'll win here. And Goku watches on pretty amazed. There's so many strong people here, and not just his own team, it's just everybody. It's also cool to see Saiyans from another universe. But then, Goku's surrounded by a couple Pride Troopers. He fights them off easily, but a couple more of them come in too, all helping each other out. Geez, they're all going to jump him at once? Well, looks like he's going to have to use a little bit more of his strength, powering up into Super Saiyan 3 and fending them off. But this still doesn't seem like enough, especially because a couple of them are jumping him now, with Dispo joining in too. Well, he was hoping he didn't have to use this right away, but he yells over to Gohan, telling him to look here. This is what he was holding back. And if Gohan wants to see, he better look now before it's over because Goku thinks he's going to defeat these guys pretty quick, which kind of pisses off the Pride Troopers, but Goku starts transforming once more. The long hair from Super Saiyan 3 disappears. It turns back to black, but not to its original length. It's still a bit longer than normal. A red glow surrounds him too, as red fur then appears all over his body. And Gohan wonders what this is. Goku's power-up completes. While this form might not be as powerful as the godly forms, Goku still has never stopped training. All his free time is just spent doing this. Godly Ki might make him a lot stronger, but constant training has made Goku strong enough to where he's content right now. This might even contend with Godly Ki at this point. This is a form that he simply calls Super Saiyan 4, surrounded by an intense red glow. It's the full-powered version of Super Saiyan 4. And he doesn't want to use his full power right now, but he does want to fight a little bit longer. So, just for a little bit, he's going to have to use this to eliminate the Pride Troopers. The red aura around him grows more intense. It's the aura of Kaioken, but he screams. This is Maximum Kaioken, a version of Kaioken where he pushes out as much energy as physically possible. It's incredibly strenuous, but it's ever increasing. The multiplier continuously grows, but he only uses it for very brief moments, split seconds. This brief glow encapsulates the ring, and within an instant, all the Pride Troopers fighting Goku are eliminated, including Dispo, who he's lucky enough to catch off guard, underestimating Goku's true power. And he looks at Gohan. Seems like the power he gained isn't that bad, huh? And yeah, Gohan is impressed. He wonders what else Goku has picked up on, and this is where we'll leave off for now. What did you guys think about this part? And what's going to happen next time as we continue into the tournament? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. especially if you want to see more parts of the series or if you just want to help out the channel. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.